Right, we've been busy again. Three more signings coming in, including loans from Aston Villa and Manchester United. But what happens in Europe later in this episode, I wasn't expecting. And we're going to be starting with seeing that one of those signings is about to come in, and that is Louis Barry on loan from from Aston Villa. 23 years old. There is an optional future fee of 10 million there, which, let's be honest, is never likely to happen, simply because we won't ever really be able to afford it. And the board probably looking at that 10 million and thinking it's a really bad deal. But I know he can be really good on these games, and he's got some really good physicals in terms of like pace and whatnot and stuff. Nothing like super high, but good enough that he could be effective for us. Anyway, we are going to be starting straight into our qualifying game for the Conference League. I think this is stage 3 now. We drew Sion in this one after knocking out, I can't even remember what the team name was now. That was the Kazakh team that I think we beat 5-2 across an aggregate or something across the two legs. So yeah, this is the next stage from that. We've got Sion. I have heard of these. Don't really know anything about them though. I think they're maybe Swiss. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Let me know. But yeah, we've started with Cullen up top this game, and we've got Amaro, in the defensive midfield slot, and Litherland at the back. So our two of our new players starting for this one. Obviously, the squad registration for the likes of Louis Barry and stuff probably going to be an issue. But we'll see who we can move around to get him in later on. But obviously, we will be looking to bring in some more signings as well. So we'll have to see who we bring in, who we're going to need basically cover for, or yeah, we'll move things around and see what we can do, as we are absolutely peppering Sion to start with 5 shots in the first 29 minutes of the game. They've not had any. Possession's fairly even, but their XG is obviously on 0.0, so it's a little encouraged. We've been playing fairly well in Europe, scoring a lot of goals, so hopefully we can score a few more in this one. Obviously, being the home leg in the first leg, you would like to think we can take a nice healthy lead away to Sion for the second game. So as Bilalovic steals the ball there, puts in on his right foot, going to go for it, and the keeper's going to turn it behind for a corner kick. And unfortunately for us, nothing's going to come from it. And it looks like we're going to go in at half time 0-0. So, I mean, we're doing pretty well on the in terms of the stats and what we're actually doing, but in terms of actual goals, we are slacking. And Sion still not had a shot, by the way. I've had a corner. Obviously, nothing came from it, but we're just bumping up the shot count here and not really doing anything with it. So let's see if some substitutions can maybe get us a goal. We'll get Hoyeron and Lazatic on. As our shot count now reaching 15, still not a goal. Still not even a highlight since we made those changes. And this is not really a very entertaining game for us at all. And very, very little happening in this game. I think we're about, well, I was going to say we'll get FM'd, but if we were to get FM'd, that would involve us conceding that with their one shot and losing 1-0. But, I mean, it doesn't even look like that's going to happen. As the whistle for full time goes, and we draw 0-0, having 21 shots, 11 on target, and still not managing to score a goal. And Sion didn't have a single shot in that 90 minutes, which is pretty crazy to not even have a single shot, to be in like at this stage in the competition, third qualifying round, and still not have had a shot. Is pretty poor from them, but it's even more poor from us to have 21 shots and and not score a goal. Hopefully, some of these new signings that we can bring in can maybe help. Actually, no, they won't be able to because they won't even be allowed to be registered. So it's got to be on these boys that we're going to give a rest for now. They're going to need to. They're going to need to do the business in the second leg. Right, we are waiting on a contract to be confirmed and accepted by this man for Federico Redondo. It looks pretty decent for midfield, and as soon as I say that, he's going to go ahead and accept it, almost like he knew that we were putting the pressure on. So we're about to confirm this signing for £3.5 million. Going to be another addition to the defensive midfield slot. Obviously, we've just signed Amaro, but obviously losing Armstrong, who could have played there, sold Kjartansson. I think this guy could be a really good signing for us. Obviously, you can see his current ability, 3.5 star, potential 4.5 star. He's 23, so he's not necessarily a wonder kid, or he's coming in at a stage where he should be able to hit the ground running for us. And you can see from his stats there, he was pretty well rounded. So we'll hope he can make an instant impact for us. Right, we're going to be straight into another game now. We have got Motherwell. Had him a little bit slow in loading there. Yeah, their stadium looks like it might be a little bit of an issue. But we'll see how we get on. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird roof on this one, but anyway, somebody's got a corner, and it is a corner. I'm going to assume it's for us, seeing as Milner's scored. And we go 1-0 up in 5 minutes. What a great start that is. Like I say, I think I said him a couple of episodes ago or something, although he's a right back. Yeah, you can't actually see anything from this replay. Although he's a right back, he is like 6'4" or something, so great aerial presence and attacking threat for corners and whatnot. I think he scored a couple of corners for us now, so let's see how he gets on this season. I think the majority of the early games last season, we started with Devlin, so I think we only really started playing Milne when he started kicking off about the fact that he weren't really getting the playing time, and yeah, he came in and did pretty well for us, so he might be our main right back as we've given the ball away, and Robinson putting his effort wide, got away with one there. I didn't see actually who that was that gave it away, but yeah, we got away with one there. There's Milanovic now, playing into Milanovic, and Brandon Williams now. Going to dribble past his man and win us a free kick just inside Motherwell's half. I'm going to assume something's going to happen in here because it keeps giving us highlights. Milne now, down the right-hand side, plays it forward to Ayrton Moises. He's going to go past his man. He's not, though, because he's going to get tackled. He's going to pick it up again and play it inside to Milanovic, and Milanovic is going to go for the shot, and it's going to go over, and going to be a goal kick for Motherwell. But we have started very well in this game and looking pretty dangerous. Hopefully we can go and add to that. As we've got what I'm assuming is a throw with Milner here. Plays it inside to Milanovic. Back to Amaro. Litherland going for the long range effort, and it's going to go down as a Litherland goal. I'm not so sure about that one. It looked like it took a massive deflection. It actually looks like it comes off our own player, but the fact that it's gone down as a Litherland goal, I'm going to assume it's hit a defender. Not entirely sure how this goes in because he's so far out. Yeah, he is. He's tried to get a foot on it there, the man in the middle, and deflects it past his goalkeeper to make it 2-0. And Litherland gets his first goal for the club. 23 minutes in now. Motherwell look to try and get a goal themselves. And Nichols down the right-hand side now. Surely he pulls it across. He does, and the shot goes wide. I mean, I agree, how has he missed that? But at the same time, it was it weren't a great pullback. Like, he could have literally squared that completely square for an absolute tap-in, and he ended up pulling it back and giving him a harder chance than it needed to be. As we go close again and hit the post. And Motherwell on the counter attack now. Fortunately for us, nothing's going to come from it though. And yeah, we've played pretty well so far this first half, considering goal XG. Sorry, is 0.43. Pretty happy to be 2-0 in the lead. Obviously, I would imagine the XG from that Litherland goal was very low indeed. But we'll take it, as we've got a free kick now just before half time with Amara. Gets headed clear, but Milanovic is going to pick it up again, and surely we attack down the left here. Litherland plays it across to Milne. And Milanovic has found Moises. He's going to go through on goal, put it across the keeper, and 3-0 before half time. Very good first half, and looks like we should be taking the 3 points back to Pittodrie. And yeah, half time there. 5 shots for them, 10 to us. So, I mean, they are having attempts, just nothing on target is probably where their issue's coming from, because they definitely should have scored 1 goal. We'll see if they manage to score in the second half. Hopefully, we'll actually get to see ourselves score again, though. Nichols is attacking down the right-hand side. He goes back and picks it up again. Nichols fires it across to, I don't know, Maswanhis? I have no idea. I've absolutely probably butchered that, but VAR is going to give it a check, and they are going to award it. It looked good to me, to be fair. And with their first shot on target, Motherwell have pulled a goal back. Hopefully, that's all they pull back, and because I would like to see us take these 3 points back to Aberdeen. There's O'Donnell now playing it forward to Watt. Watt giving the ball away to Araimu, and Bilalovic now back to Araimu. I know, we're just controlling possession as Bilalovic goes for the killer pass, puts it through to Milanovic, and restores our 3-goal lead. Unless VAR says otherwise, we are 4-1 in front. And VAR confirms the goal. No offsides. Great ball through there to find Milanovic from Bilalovic. Too many itches in this team, honestly. We'll maybe make a couple of substitutions here. We'll take Ayrton Moises off for Keskinen. We'll give Louis Barry his first minutes in a Aberdeen shirt and see if he can maybe add to the scoreline. We get a free kick here for Motherwell as Watt plays it on the floor. And I'm not sure what they were trying there, but it certainly didn't work. And it's been picked up by Louis Barry. He's going to burst past his man. And he could go all the way here. He's not going to, though. And he's going to pull it back to Milanovic, whose shot is blocked. And yeah, if Louis Barry was a little bit more direct there, he could have actually gone through and had a shot himself. But never mind. I'm sure he'll get his first goal for us in another game. There'll be plenty of chances between now and the end of the season. So, right, 92nd minute, pretty much probably going to be our last chance. So Morrow with a free kick, scored one in the last game, and he's going to go close again, but it's going to be saved and put out for a corner. Good attempt there from Morrow. Good to know that we've got a decent free kick taker, and that is going to be the end of the game as we finish 4-1. Good win there against Motherwell. And that's going to put us up to 5th in the table after 2 played, obviously losing the first game. Right, I did try and sign Dango, and they were being a bit funny with what I was offering. So we'll go back. I'd rather not guarantee him like a regular starter sort of position. Obviously, having just signed Amaro and obviously signing Redondo as well, we don't really want to be promising that regular starter, and he will be playing as a defensive midfielder, and they're quite happy as long as he doesn't play, sorry, and that you get 200k if he doesn't play. They're happy for us to take him as a squad player, which is good. So we'll see if he joins. We're getting loan offers for our own players with Alfie Stewart. He can go out on loan. As we are about to go into our next game, our second leg against Sion. Away from home this one. Obviously absolutely peppered them in the first leg. And unfortunately for us, we didn't manage to score a goal. And yeah, obviously few players can't play in this due to the squad registration and whatnot. So hopefully, though, the players that we have got can do the business, and we can carry on playing into this competition and get some more money is the main thing. Right. Let's see. I'd love to see us get a nice early goal. Take this away from Sion before they really have a chance to get going. Right, 5 minutes in. We've had a couple of shots, nothing on target, but no highlights, nothing of note yet. See Bromby there playing in this competition as well. I'm pretty sure when I was a kid and playing like early football games that Bromby were always like one of the teams that were on there. It was like, I don't know, maybe like they were big in their country in like the late 90s, early noughties. I'm showing my age here now. You'll be certainly getting an idea of my age with comments like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they were they were much bigger than they are now in those sort of times. I can't remember what games it would have been on though, because like when I was a kid, we had more than just like FIFA. There was loads of football games. As Sion goal close there, hitting the post. And 26 minutes in, they have come the closest to scoring so far across the two ties. Hopefully, we don't get FM'd after peppering them in that first leg with the 21 shots, unable to score a goal. Cullen having his highest earner clause, doing him well, matching Amaro's wages. He doesn't seem to care about actually playing well at the moment. That he sees all those extra dollar signs rolling in at the end of every month. Right, we'll give them a little encourage, try and get them going as a. Yeah, I'll be pretty annoyed to go out this early on and not even actually get to the league phase of the competition. As Keskinen now, can he do anything? His cross isn't a good one, and it's cleared. There's no stat. Wins the head up. Ayrton Moises now playing it to Milanovic. Plays it inside to Amaro. Amaro finds Aremu. Aremu surely puts Keskinen through. He does, and Keskinen fires over and into the stand. Must have been saved. That looked like he just hit it straight over to me. But we have got a corner with Milanovic now. And it's going to be cleared to the edge of the box with Moises. Moises shoots at goal, but it's going to be straight at the keeper, and it's going to go out for another corner. And just having a quick look at Lazatic's stats there. And unfortunately, it looks like we're about to go in at half-time, 0-0. They've had a few more shots this time, so they are looking a little bit more dangerous than they did away at Dodgery, but the scoreline remains 0-0. We are unable to score a goal. Not entirely sure what's going on here because we've been scoring goals for fun in the other games. Even the game between this against Motherwell, scoring 4 goals. As they're on the attack again here. So I'm going for a long ranger. It's going to be a corner though. I'd imagine fairly comfortable save that one. We look like we're playing not too bad to be honest, but still just unable to score. Brandon Williams now playing it to Amaro. Milanovic giving the ball away, but Keskinen picks it up again. Can he find Moises? He can. He gets tackled, but Lazatic picks it up, and now Keskinen gives it back to Amaro. Gives it to Milanovic. A little bit tiki-taka as Brandon Williams, goes for the long-range effort. Nearly scores, but it comes back out, and the follow-up is saved by the goalkeeper. And we're still unable to make the breakthrough. 38 shots across 150 minutes of football, and still not managed to score a goal. We'll make a substitution. We'll get Cullen on. Lazatic hasn't done the business so far in this game, and we'll get Hiran on. Give him a run out, see if he can do anything for us. He prefers playing off the left or central, but we'll give him a run out on the right. He is right-footed, so could maybe whip a cross into our striker's head. The signer on the attack now. Please don't do anything stupid and concede this late on. Well, we've got 17 minutes to save our European season, else we will be heading home. I mean, they are having a lot more shots in this game compared to our home leg, but right, 10 minutes left. Cullen with a free kick out on the right hand side. Gonna take it on his left foot. It's gonna go deep, but it's gonna be too high for anybody else, and the goalkeeper is gonna come out and claim it. And it's going to be given it straight back to us, though. Higher on now. Giving it to Milanovic out on the right-hand side. Who overruns it and loses the ball. And a pretty waste of a chance there. As we approach the 90th minute. It looks like we are heading home. We've got 2 minutes to save our season in terms of Europe anyway. Hiran plays it forward to Milanovic. Plays it inside to Cullen. Cullen gives it to Aramu and Keskinen now. Brandon Williams on the overlap down the left-hand side. He's going to cross it with his left foot. The goalkeeper's going to miss it, and Milanovic is going to tap it into an open goal to make it 1-1 in the 93rd minute. Fergie time is back, baby. And that might have just saved our season. I mean, maybe a little bit dramatic, but let's be honest. Chances of us winning the league this early on with the lack of signings we've made. Priority for me at the moment is going as far as we can in Europe to bring in as much money as we can. So can we potentially go on and win this as Milanovic down the right side pulls it across and Cullen's there to finish and make it 2-1 in the 94th minute. 2 goals in extra time. Proper Fergie stuff. And it looks like Sion are going home after what looked to be the opposite literally 3 minutes ago. Unbelievable scenes. Not managing to score in 180 minutes of football, but literally give us another 2 and we'll score 2 goals. Absolute scenes there. Right. We receive 87k and we get Dynamo Zagreb in the next round there in the main path playoff. That's a mouthful. Yeah. We'll give Milanovic a little praise after that one. He certainly saved our bacon. Genuinely thought we'd be going home, and then 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game to save us. Absolute scenes. But then we get Dynamo Zagreb in the next round. That's certainly going to be a slightly tougher task, I would imagine. Sounds pretty weird saying that after literally nearly going out, but it is what it is. Right, it looks like that Dan Gore deal has gone through. So we'll be adding reinforcements to the defensive midfield slot. Obviously, like I say, he's going to be more of a squad player, but good young player coming in. You can see 2.5-star current rating, and got a lot of potential. And like I say, it's numbers more than anything. Our main two midfielders are going to be Redondo and Amaro, so we'll see how he gets on. Who is this though? Anton Matkovic. I mean, great physicals. 16 pace is great to see. Very well rounded across there. Somewhere between 90k and 7.6 million. That is quite the difference. Wants to be one of the most noteworthy players at the club. I mean, I don't know about that, but we might just tell him what he needs to hear, to be honest. But right, depends on how much they want anyway. We've got 4.57 million left, so we could potentially have enough to bring this guy in, and we'll try and do what we can to, 2 mil up front would leave us with enough money to still bring somebody else in. Kind of cheese it a little bit with the installments, and we'll see what he's saying anyway. Transfer stories leaked. Love that. Right, we'll try a squad player because this always ends well. Well, to be fair, I've done this a couple of times with younger players where you tell them squad player now and then just say in a year or two you'll be like a regular starter, and they're quite happy with it, just like as long as they know that there's like a pathway for them to becoming that regular starter, but doesn't seem like that's going to be the case with this guy. Doesn't want to just be a regular starter as well. Wants to be an important player. Scouts think his current ability is 3.5-star though, so it looks like he's probably a fairly decent player, and is quite happy being a regular starter now and an important player next season. So we'll see what it comes to offering his wages. Don't like the fact that he's got a minimum release clause of 7.75 million, and it's not negotiable, because even if he does do well and we do end up selling him, to be honest, we're only really going to make 3 or 4 million on him, which is not ideal. Right, Jack Milne and Brandon Williams. What are we doing, boys? Absolute stinking the place up with your training performances. Both regular starters. Not what I want to see. Tobers, I've actually tried to get rid of him. As you can see from the set price tag of 300k. Thinks he should be playing, but nobody wants him. You know how it is. Litherland picking up an injury. Hopefully it's not anything bad. What? That's not ideal. Maybe Tobers will be needed after all. Right, squad to be decided. Now, this is where the issues lie. And because we're not fully through to the league phase yet, it means that we can only add players, not remove anyone. And as you'll see on the left, the homegrown in nation, only 3 out of 8. It means we're going to have to leave 5 spaces to allow for that, which is really annoying, to be honest. But there's one thing we're going to have to do later on is keep improving those those youth facilities. Sorry, so we've got good youngsters coming through at the club to help with this sort of thing, but it does mean that we're not going to be able to register a couple of these players that we've just signed. So Dan Gore, unfortunately, he's going to have to drop out, and I think Louis Barry is going to as well. We can only take one of them. Yeah, it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be Redondo that we take. Right, so Redondo is in the squad. Unfortunately, Louis Barry and Dangor are going to have to miss out. Might be able to do something when it comes to the full registration for the league phase. And we've now got Dunfermline in the League Cup at home. And we're just going to show the goals for this one. Not particularly worried about the League Cup, to be honest. Obviously, it would be nice for the silverware and whatnot, but I think the other cups are the more prestigious one. And obviously, we want to do well in Europe. And we start this one off by going 1-0 up after 41 minutes. Milanovic with the goal, Keskinen with the assist. Things you love to see. And then 45 minutes in, another goal as Milanovic pulls it across to the back post, and Ayrton Moises fires it in to make it 2-0 just before half time. 2 goals in what was that, 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something? 2 goals in 4 minutes. My apologies, I was a minute out. Yeah, heading into the second half, 49 minutes in. Dangor on the pitch at this point, playing it to Ayrton Moises. Cullen back to Ayrton Moises, who pulls it across the far post. And there's going to be a goal for Keskinen to make it 3-0 and take the game completely away from Dunfermline. And then 57 minutes in, ball gets cleared out to No Star. Tobers finds Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams is going to go past his man, pull it across into the middle, and Cullen slots it home to make it 4-0. And the boys are having a field day at this point. I think Dunfermline are in the league below us as well, so kind of as expected, to be honest. And yeah, meet expectations in dominant win, as you would imagine. We've got a potential issue with Hiran. What is he kicking off about this time? We've got a load of scout reports to go through. Redondo makes his debut in that last game. I think he was on the bench for one of the other games, but we never ended up actually bringing him on. So Keskinen, we'll give him a little praise. Played well in the last game. Got to keep those morale high. You know what this is, morale simulator. And Redondo making his debut there, like I say. Then are any of these players going to be of use to us? Thomas Asante will be not a bad signing. To be fair, all 3 of these, or 4 of these so far wouldn't be bad looking at what the scouts think anyway. This guy especially, João Carvalho, rated fairly highly, but might be out of our price range, to be honest. And it's Ben Slimane, also out of the price range. We've got 3 vacant spots in the coaching team. We'll certainly have to get that sorted. I will do that off screen though, rather than bore you to death with that. And Hiran reckons his career is stagnating as a result of not playing. How can your career stagnate when you're like 33 or 34? I could understand a teenager or a 21-year-old or something saying that, but a 33-year-old, he might even be 34 at this point. Right, we've got Dynamo Zagreb now, home in the first leg. Be good to get off to a great start, and they have got an ex-Aston Villa player in Scott McKenna as well. Don't actually know if he's from Aberdeen. He definitely played from Aberdeen when I lived there. But yeah, playing his football in Croatia now. Be nice just to get one over on him. Where did he go now? Didn't he end up in the Premier League at one point? Was he not one of these players that ended up at Forest when they bought like 30 players? And I don't think he actually really played for them that much. There's a minute in, and Zagreb are doing the attacking. In Poco gives it back to the man McKenna. Ferrente sending it long. It's cleared. And we're jamming. Giving it for Vidovic. Some right funky names here. And Vidovic is going to go through 1-on-1 with the keeper, and the shot is saved and put out for a corner. I was waiting for something to eventually happen because that was the longest, most boring highlight ever before that last 3 seconds of gameplay. And yeah, Zagreb getting off to a good start, getting that shot away. But thankfully for us, Herrera making the save and keeping the scoreline at 0-0. Like you just saw with Redondo being registered, he has made his European debut for us in this game, starting alongside Amaro in that CDM slot. Or the number 6 role, whichever you prefer to call it. As Zach, I'm going to go with, fires it in from a... I mean, it was a really good effort, to be fair. Corner comes in, gets cleared. And, yeah. Finds its way back to Zach, the centre mid, who fires it home to make it 1-0 to Zagreb. Not the greatest of starts for us. Hopefully we don't go through the same thing that we did against Sion and play 180 minutes of football before we decide to actually score a goal. As we give the ball away, and Vidovic down the left-hand side now, pulls it across goal, and Dion Beljo, 7 goals in 5 matches, makes it number 2 for Zagreb in this one, and we find ourselves 2-0 down inside 36 minutes, so I knew it was going to be a tougher task. I didn't expect us to be losing like this so early on, but... And just to add insult to injury, literally, Ayrton Moises has picked up a knock. So, can we do anything from this? Try and get a goal maybe before half-time. Ober's here. Gives it to Redondo. And Jensen fires it inside to Keskinen. Keskinen goes past his man. Pulls it across. And it's going to somehow trickle into the back of the net. And Josip Misic scores an own goal. Must have felt bad for us after that poor start. And yeah, we've ended up getting a goal back somehow. Keskinen firing the cross in, and it's going to hit the defender in front of him, and the keeper somehow can't get a hand on it to stop it from going in. And yeah, back to within just the 1 goal now, which is good for us. And maybe we can get another one just before half-time as Devlin takes the throw in. Gets it back from Amaro. Gives it back. Ayrton Moises. Laying it back to Redondo. And out on the left-hand side now with Jensen. And I'm not sure exactly what happened, as probably noticed by the way that I can't speak at the moment. But we do find ourselves back level in the game with a goal from Cullen. I'm not entirely sure what happened there because it looked like it was Jensen that actually had the shot, but going to go down as a Cullen goal, and we're going to find ourselves back level at the break. Right, we get underway in the second half. Let's see if we can maybe add to that comeback of 2 goals and put ourselves in front in the tie, because as they've shown that they can be pretty dangerous. I'm sure there's going to be goals in the second leg, and seeing as that's going to be away from home for us, we could do with taking a positive scoreline into that leg for us. There's a bit of itch now. Going to go past his man and fire it into the corner, and why do I speak? 3-2, Zagreb. That effort to pull it back from 2-0 down feels wasted now. Keskinen and Milanovic not having the greatest game. Moises injured. Probably should get him off at some point, but I've not seen anything suggesting that he should come off, but yeah, he's looking pretty bad on the condition front. So we'll get Hoyer on, and we'll move him out to the left, and We will... Tomorrow's not having the greatest game either, so we'll get a Raimu on. See if that man can do anything for us. This Vidovic been involved in all 3 goals so far for Zagreb. 2 assists and a goal. Surprised his rating's only an 8.8. As we pick it up with a corner in the 77th minute with Milanovic. In swings on his left foot, cleared by Poco. Comes out to Keskinen. Keskinen fires and it's going to be deflected and go in at the near post. Keeper couldn't get there. He looked like he was shooting across goal. Big deflection, sends it in at the near post. And we are back level again for the second time in this game. And Keskinen finally deciding to turn up. Tyrant tries to play it in behind to Cullen, but McKenna picks it up. And Torrente is going to send it long now. Big header from Tobers. Comes straight back to him. Redondo to Araimu. Plays it forward to Hiran. He's going to go past his man. Going to go for the long range effort. It looks more like a back pass. And that's why you're not playing, pal. That's why you're not starting games. Right, is there going to be a winner? 87th minute. As we find it with Herrera. With the ball in his clutches. Rolls it out to Tobes. Redondo sends it forward to Hiran. Cullen now. Spreading it out to the right with Keskinen. Keskinen crossing it in to Milanovic, who heads it home. And we are going to find a winner. And we're going to go 4-3 up. Hopefully we don't throw this away now. We'll bring on some fresh legs to protect our lead. We'll bring on a youngster in Masson. And we'll bring on Milner right back as well. And Milanovic, I'm not entirely sure how tall he is, but he got up well to get his head on that one. To put us 4-3 in the lead. Let's just make sure we don't throw it away now. As Beljo gets it on the right side, pulls it across, but well defended and cleared. But it comes back to Vidovic, and Jensen's there this time to stop any more chances. Right, 4 minutes of added time. Can we hang on? Stats looking very, very well, very even. Pretty even on the possession, even on the shots, even on the shots on target, and even on the XG. Very, very similar stats across both teams. Fortunately for us, though, we do take a lead to Zagreb for the second leg. So, 4-3 gives us the lead, but this tie is nowhere near done. Next episode, we head to Zagreb to see if we can finish the job. Don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.